Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Ryan Hollins in for Jalen Rose. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Now, not everything is worth discussing in the world of sports and pop culture, so we have a segment called Keep It Moving. Here's how it works. If you want to discuss the topic, say hit the brakes. If you don't, say keep it moving. And me, you, and Method Man just keep it moving. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
DeAndre Jordan's teammates are reportedly upset with him. Keep it moving or hit the brakes?
Hit the brakes, man. Hit the brakes.
I was kind of shocked by this, but here is what Tim McMahon is reporting DeAndre's teammates are saying. Here's McMahon. Don't be deceived by DeAndre Jordan's solid statistics. He has been a major disappointment for the Mavs. He has rubbed teammates the wrong way with what they perceive as selfish play. Huh? Well, let's take a look at this clip. A rebound comes off the rim. DeAndre pushes Doncic out of the way, taps it to himself, and gathers the rebound. I see absolutely no problem with this behavior, Brian Hollins. What do you think, as someone who's played with DeAndre Jordan, as someone who's played that role, the 7-footer that's supposed to get the rebounds? What do you think about this accusations that he's being selfish with this sort of behavior?
This absolutely disgusts me. Are you serious right now? Now, out of the entire NBA, in the era of 140 and 30-point scoring, you have guys who are selfish with the ball in their hands, that jack-up shots from half court, that do not pass coming off pick and rolls, and you're complaining about your 7-footer going after rebound after rebound after rebound. I remember when Doc Rivers got to L.A., and he was coaching us, and he pulled DJ to the side and said, DJ, I need you to get every block shot, every single rebound. And DeAndre Jordan essentially became DeAndre Jordan. The reason why you guys paid this guy to set big, bone-crushing screens, roll to the rim, dunk on cats, and grab every single rebound. And there's going to be a moment when you need somebody to go and grab a rebound around 5 or 6 guys so you can run and you can outlet and you can fast break, and you're going to appreciate that DeAndre Jordan, Highland Jordan, as I like to call him, because his real name is Highland. Mama named him Highland. I call him Highland. Is Jordan those things for you?
Highland? Oh, I didn't know his name was. Well, here's the thing about Highland Jordan and his fit with the Mavs. It can't be about getting rebounds. Like, this must be bigger than that. This must be a chemistry thing, an attitude thing, a work ethic thing, because you can't be upset at the biggest guy on the floor not checking to see who's the person underneath him to whether he can delicately get the rebound or aggressively get the rebound. He aggressively gets every rebound. I can't imagine that he was taught to do anything else. I think that this is something that they've pinpointed, something they could point back to, but really this is more about chemistry and team fit. And I've always been a big Highland Jordan fan. Like, I think he is extremely effective at what he does, has a great role, and is very effective. And this Mavs team is much better because he's there. I think that this is a chemistry thing that's happening behind the scenes.
What's selfish is that them not letting him get the rebounds. Get out of his way. Remember when Chris Paul was going for the steals record, and the teammates were like, hey, is that a steal? That's your steal. You know what I'm saying? Like, allow this man to be great. Done here. That's how he gets his money, okay?
I love what you've done here. Doncic is being selfish by not running out and getting an outlet pass. Yeah, get out of his way. Here's the thing. You're a guard. You're not supposed to get the rebounds. No. Go get the outlet pass. You're being selfish by being around the ball when you know I can get it. I love the way you flipped it there. I support Highland Jordan on this one 100%. Moving on, Le'Veon Bell has officially not reported as a Pittsburgh Steeler and will not play this season. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Keep it moving, bro. I'm done. I'm done with it.
Me too.
Jacoby
I've had enough.
You know we keep it moving.
I've had enough. Next, Tyson Chandler chose playing with the Lakers over winning a championship. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Hit the brakes, my man. Hit the brakes. Ooh.
Tyson Chandler said that he had 5 teams that were interested in him, and he chose to play with the Los Angeles Lakers over one of the other 4 teams, which was the Golden State Warriors. Are you surprised at this decision from Tyson Chandler?
No, this doesn't surprise me at all. If you remember on draft day, Tyson Chandler was actually drafted to the Los Angeles Clippers. Everybody was happy, celebrating. Then he was traded off. His mama was crying. Everybody was upset to the East Coast, in which the closest he's come is Phoenix, Dallas, to actually playing at home. So this is a golden opportunity in a golden era, so to speak, of Laker basketball to come. And Tyson Chandler has been a huge part of that. When you look at that Laker roster, all that Tyson saw was opportunity. Oh, they don't know how to play defense? I play defense. LeBron loves to pass and throw lobs. I do that. JaVale McGee is eating right now. I do that.
I can eat too. That's a great point. And also, I think a lot of people have short memories. They forget that Tyson Chandler already is a champion. There's no need for him to ring chase. He won one with the Mavs. Like, he's good. He wants to live in Los Angeles, play with LeBron. I would have made the exact same decision. Plus, he doesn't want to hear it from Draymond Green. You know what I mean? That's what it is. He's like, I'm good on all that.
We can dissect this too. I can go even deeper, but we can save this for another day. But guess what? The Warriors play small ball. At the end of the game, Tyson won't be in. LeBron likes to center on the floor with him.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Moving on. If possible, I've got some good news about Karis LeVert.
Ooh. Yes. Hit the brakes. Hit the brakes.
LeVert was diagnosed with a dislocation of his right foot, not a gruesome break like we all were concerned about it being, and it is potential that he could even return this season. Now, I don't think he should return this season. The Nets aren't exactly trying to win the championship this year, but this is such great news for someone that we've supported who's having a breakout year that he's not going to, potentially have a large career setback by this injury.
To be young again. This is so amazing. The greatest news so far, the NBA yet, other than the sparks flying in Golden State. But what I love about this, and who I compare him to, is Paul George. Remember when Paul George's leg snapped in half? When I talked to doctors and experts about it, Paul George's knees and ankles were actually so strong that instead of the tendons breaking, the bone broke, which allowed just for his bone to heal, and Paul George can look like Paul George again. So, Karis LeVert, we're pulling for you, young man. We are happy for you. Get back on the court. Maybe not this year. See how you feel, but I'm glad he's back.
We'll see you next October. Phil Mickelson is using Tony Romo to trash talk Tiger Woods. Keep it moving or hit the brakes?
Ooh, keep it moving.
All right, we'll keep it moving. Too many nouns.
We keep it moving.
Finally, I share an obsession with an NBA basketball player.
Hit the brakes, bro.
Tim Hardaway Jr. has exposed to the world that he is absolutely in love with HGTV, one of the most entertaining channels on the planet. I love some HGTV. What do you think about Tim Hardaway's obsession with real estate television?
I love this. I mean, this actually this shows me that he has, he's a deeper individual. He's not one of these young boys. He's not playing Fortnite all night. He's not playing video games. Like this is depth and maturity. I was playing video games at his age. I still play video games. I mean, Tim Hardaway, Junior, I'm impressed. I'm impressed, young man.
Wait. You still play video games?
All the time, John Madden. I'm a top 100 gamer in John Madden football. I'm nice.
Top 100?
Yeah.
Top
that means
100,
I'm really good.
Like amongst your friends, top 100, or like
in the entire
100?
world. Like I'm like obsessive about these games. Yeah, literally ranked. I'm really good.
Ryan, don't lie in the microphone.
No, I'm not.
There are 3,000 people right now about to tweet at you. Give them your Twitter handle so they can come holler at you and come find you and beat you at Madden. Because I promise you, you are not top 100. You work too hard to be top 100.
At the Ryan Hollins, and I will eat. I will eat if you try to play me.
Oh, I can't wait till. And make sure after you beat Ryan Hollins that you tweet at me so I can clown him later. Coming up next on Jalen and Jacoby, we're going to talk about Markelle Fultz. Is he broken? He might be broken.
Got to give the people time. Give people what they want.
Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Ryan Hollins is in for Jalen. Always a pleasure to have Ryan on the show. Now, Ryan, we are still very early on in the NBA season, but we've got a little bit of road behind us. So we're going to take a look at some things that happened and see if they will continue in a segment that we call, Is This Really Real? Is this really real? Is the question, Mr. Hollins, and the first subject is Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz is shooting about 41% from the field, 31% from three. He's had this ugly free throw. I have a theory that Markelle Fultz is a broken NBA player, that he will never realize the potential that he once showed. He is broken. Is this really real? Markelle Fultz is a broken NBA player.
Oh, I hate that you stick me to this. I'm going to say, yeah, it's real.
Oh,
it's really. No, I hate it. Look, man, this is a tough situation for this young man in time to come into the league in a shooting league in which he can't shoot. I don't know if it's the shoulder. I don't know what's going on. I know he's been capable. I know the kid is a stud, but there's something going on, man. When you get to the NBA, and you're playing amongst guys who are just as fast, just as athletic, and the game has gotten even faster, and shooters are shooting from even deeper. If you can't keep up, coming from that type of pick is high, man. That's a tough road and journey to climb, man. That's a tough one. It might be real.
I'm rooting for him, but I have to say I don't see it happening for him. Moving on, the Trailblazers got swept by the Pelicans last year in the playoffs, and everyone kind of wrote them off as a team that could contend this year. They are now 10-3. They are in second place in the Western Conference, second to only the Golden State Warriors. The Blazers being one of the best teams in the Western Conference, is that really real, Ryan Hollins?
It ain't real at all. And I like them, but I've seen it before. They're a regular season team. They're going to blaze through it. But when it comes to the playoffs, when it comes to matchups, when it comes to positionless basketball, the Trailblazers still have their work to do, and it's still cut out. So, no, my man, did you say contenders and Blazers in the same statement? No,
yes, I did.
They are not there yet.
They've only lost 3 games. They've got one of the best backcourts in the game.
They better, hopefully, they get a good seed and they duck a New Orleans or a Clippers team who can knock them out. They need a favorable matchup just to get a win in the playoffs.
What's a reasonable expectation for this Clippers season?
Clippers season. The Clippers are for real.
Blazers season. We'll get to the Clippers in a second.
Okay. If you want the Blazers, reasonable expectation, second round of the playoffs. They make it to the second round and get knocked off. It's the West, dude.
But here's the thing about the West. The West doesn't feel the same. The West used to feel like the Spurs, the Rockets, the Warriors, and then everybody else. Do you know what it feels like now? The Warriors and then everybody else. That's what's happening to the West right now. One of those everybody else's are your Los Angeles Clippers.
Ooh.
The Clippers are 8-5 this season. They right now would be hosting a playoff series in the first round. The Los Angeles Clippers. Remember, I said Clippers, not Lakers. The Clippers being hot. Is this really real?
Oh, it's real. And
Okay.
there's a guy by the name of Glenn Doc Rivers who should be the coach of the year this year. He's having a masterful job. And he's in a position, dude, where maybe the first time in his career, he's had the support of the players, the organization, the GM, the front office, for him to just step in and coach. And for Doc to just be Doc. And they are deep as heck. This problem with last year, the Clippers weren't healthy. They're healthy now. And you got to watch this Lou Williams, dude. Lou Williams is a bona fide all-star. The dude is up there with the Stephs, with the Lillards, with the Hardens. He is playing great basketball. Listen.
You had me. You had me until up there with the Stephs and the Hardens.
Lou
you had
Williams
me up until that.
Makes the correct basketball play every time down the floor. If you go under, he knocks down threes. You step up, he makes the right pass. If you back up, he goes around you. Watch Lou Williams.
I love Lou Williams, but one of my problems with the Clippers this year is never rely on Danilo Gallinari. I've just seen it so many times. You know, I'm a pseudo-Knicks fan. I remember Danilo from way back when. Like, you can ask Nuggets fans. Like, you just can't rely on Danilo Gallinari. Moving on.
But they're not. The Clippers have 2 starting fives, and I'll leave you with that.
Okay, moving on. Carmelo Anthony is completely washed as an NBA basketball player. Is this really real?
Wait, I like Melo, bro.
I like Melo too.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's real. I'm gonna say Melo's washed in the sense of the Melo that we once knew. The Melo that we knew was a monster. Boy, you can put him on the block. One of the prettiest players I've ever seen play off the elbows in the short post. He's literally unguardable. The game has gotten fast. We don't isolate anymore. Melo is still a serviceable NBA player. He can still play in the NBA. It's not he can still play in the NBA, but he's not the same Carmelo Anthony. So in the terms of the Carmelo that we know and the Carmelo that we expect, Carmelo in those terms would be washed. But I love Melo. Come on, dog.
So Carmelo obviously doesn't have a future with the Houston Rockets, but I've been paying close attention to teams that at least have been rumored to have interest, and only 2 teams have been written about. Again, these aren't statements from front office or any sort of actual reporting, just people prognosticating about where he would fit or what team that might take a flyer on him. Those 2 teams are the Philadelphia 76ers, bad idea, the Charlotte Hornets. Where do you see Melo playing next?
Philly. I mean, Carmelo's at that point, and I understand it. When you get past year 10 and later on, you want a championship. You want to play. You don't want to be on a team. I'm not saying Charlotte doesn't have a chance to sneak in the playoffs, but at Philly, he has a better chance. And guess what? Melo's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's going to have something to prove. So that Philly locker room is rough and tough and tumble, and they're just a hard-nosed group of guys. Carmelo can fit.
Don't you think adding Jimmy Butler will kind of like be enough volatility in the Philly locker room? Are you sure you want to add disgruntled wash Carmelo Anthony?
Melo has never been volatile in the locker room. Melo in the locker room, he may be the piece that brings it all together. Even more reason to bring Melo in.
I like this. Carmelo Anthony, 76ers, perfect match. You heard it here first from Ryan Hollins on Jalen and Jacoby. We have one very important topic to discuss before we finish. Is this really real? There's a bridge in Russia that only allows vehicles on the bridge. So what did these 4 Russian dudes do? They made a cardboard bus and tried to walk across the bridge. Is that bus really real?
The bus is not real because it has legs instead of wheels. But if somehow they had manufactured wheels, I would count this as a bus.
Here's my thing is, if you're going to take all the time to make the cardboard bus, make a better cardboard bus. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to make wheels, you're going to do that. Like, you can at least put the front on it with the engine. You can hunch down a little bit closer, get in the other lane and try to go in between some trucks. Also, how important is it that you get across this bridge in the first place? Is this the only bridge that goes to where they're going? I have so many follow-up questions. Questions about these guys. How intoxicated do you have to be before you're like, have you ever been around with your boys and be like, guys, do you want to spend 4 hours painting some cardboard and gluing it together and then try to get across this bridge? Like, what is the point? I mean, all the money and time that they spent on putting together the cardboard bus, they could have probably just taken a real bus.
It could be bad. I mean, look, you spoiled American. You don't know what's going on in Russia right now, man.
Really? Coming up next on Jalen and Jacoby, I'm going to finally make fun of Ryan Hollins' shirt.
You got to give the people time. Give people what they want.
Welcome back to Jalen and Jacoby. Ryan Hollins, thanks so much for being in for Jalen Rose today. Ryan, I'm about to do something irresponsible. I'm about to be an irresponsible member of the media. I'm about to do some bad journalism right now. Hopefully the executives don't have the volume up on their television in their office as they see this segment. During and after the argument with Draymond Green, as Kevin Durant went to take the floor again, he muttered something to himself. The internet has decided at exactly what that is. Look at his lips. What did you see him say right there? I saw him say right here, "This is why I'm out." Let's look at it again, Ryan Hollins. This is why I'm out.
Oh!
Ryan Hollins.
Oh.
Did he mutter to himself,
Yo.
"This is why I'm out" in this clip?
Yo. I mean, look, man, I get it. We're gonna have to do a real investigating.
This is why I'm out. He says this.
This is why let me mouth it. This is why I'm out. That's how it look.
It looks just like that.
This is why I'm out.
I cannot responsibly say that's what he said to himself.
But
I don't know what else he
sauerkraut.
said to himself. It makes perfect sense in the context of the situation. However, whether he said that or not, let me show you a reason why he might not be out. Take a look at these numbers right here. Obviously, in the way that the CBA is structured, the Warriors can pay him more money. They can offer him 5 years, $220 million, $1 million, $44 a year. And then the others can offer him 4 years at about $41 million a year. Is that difference enough? Is that enough to keep him in Golden State?
If he stays in Golden State, it's about relationships, about something that he wants to do. What players have realized of his caliber, of KD's caliber, of LeBron's caliber, they do what they want. The money will be made up. When he came to the Warriors, he left that same type of money on the table and made it up through Nike, made it up through several endorsements, made it up through winning a championship. So That's not enough. That's not close to enough for a guy like
and
KD.
also is, like, Chris Paul, this is probably his last big contract. This is not Kevin Durant's last big contract.
No.
You know, like, this is, like, it's like, fine, I'll take a 4-year, take a $3 million a year haircut. Like, I can do that, and then I'll just get the max next time. Like, I don't think that that is enough to keep him in Golden State. However, I do think that this won't be the last time we discuss it. This also won't be the last time that we discuss the Duke freshman class.
Ooh.
There's so much hype around them. I watch Duke games. I know Duke's schedule now. I watch these games and I never watched them before. But here's the question. Is Zion Williamson's hype and flashy highlights overshadowing the better NBA prospect in R.J. Barrett?
Not even close. It's actually helping R.J. Barrett out because now you have more people than ever, including Jacoby, tuning in to watch Duke games. Duke is being discussed with Jalen in the Fab Five. Who would he even start? I mean, this kid was not just a high school phenom, but he's a college phenom. He's the closest thing we have to the next LeBron James. So RJ is actually getting more airtime and being seen even more by playing alongside Zion by the coverage alone.
Here's the thing. Zion Williamson is the best thing that's happened to college basketball in like a decade.
True.
Like, people like me, college basketball fans, I am tuning in now. I'm even keeping tabs on Kansas and Kentucky. Like, I'm 100% in on college basketball. I cannot wait. I want to know where he's going to fall in the draft. Is he going to go number 1? Is he going to go number 2? And Cam Reddish and R.J. Barrett, I wouldn't know their names unless they had Zion as a teammate. So I agree. I feel like this is a perfect trident for all of them to display their skills to casual fans like myself. However, I just want to say, honestly, Ryan, like, I'm so honored that you came on the show today. You know, it's early in the morning for you. Like, I really appreciate it. But I want to say, what is that shirt, dog? I've been waiting all show to say this. What is that shirt? Is that supposed to be the Galaxy? Is that a mistake? Did you not know you were going to be on television? The camera can't even properly take it in and display it to the people. That's a failed test. Like, did you sleep over someone's house? You're coming from the club last night, some sort of themed party? What happened?
You got to understand, I'm like the new NBA. I have no mid-range. I'm either wearing a suit or I'm wearing basketball gear.
We're going to make sure your wardrobe is approved next time you're on the show. We'll be back on Monday.
You got to give the people